Welcome to our masterclass on stock valuation. Today, we're diving into the essential question every investor faces. How do you tell if a stock is cheap or expensive? Understanding stock valuation is crucial for making smart investment decisions. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned investor, knowing how to assess a stock's price can help you avoid costly mistakes and spot great opportunities. In this video, we'll break down the key concepts, walk through practical examples, and give you the tools you need to evaluate stocks with confidence. Let's get started by exploring what stock valuation really means and why it matters for your portfolio. Stock valuation is the process of determining the intrinsic value of a company's shares. This means figuring out what a stock is truly worth, rather than just looking at its current market price. Investors use valuation to decide if a stock is undervalued, fairly valued, or overvalued. By comparing a stock's intrinsic value to its market price, you can make more informed decisions about buying, holding, or selling. In the next scenes, we'll look at the main methods used to value stocks and how you can apply them in your own investing journey. It's important to understand the difference between a stock's market price and its intrinsic value. The market price is simply what investors are willing to pay for the stock right now. Intrinsic value, on the other hand, is an estimate of the stock's true worth based on fundamentals like earnings, assets, and growth prospects. Sometimes the market price can be higher or lower than the intrinsic value, creating opportunities for savvy investors. Next, we'll explore the key factors that influence a stock's intrinsic value. Several factors play a role in determining a stock's intrinsic value. These include the company's earnings, revenue growth, profit margins, assets, liabilities, and future growth potential. Investors also consider the industry outlook and the overall economic environment. By analyzing these elements, you can get a clearer picture of whether a stock is undervalued or overvalued. In the following scenes, we'll break down each of these factors and show you how to analyze them step by step. Earnings and revenue growth are at the heart of stock valuation. Companies that consistently grow their earnings and revenue tend to see their stock prices rise over time. When evaluating a stock, look at its historical earnings and revenue trends as well as projections for future growth. Strong, steady growth often signals a healthy business, while declining or inconsistent numbers can be a red flag. Let's see how to analyze these figures in practice. Profit margins show how efficiently a company turns revenue into profit. High profit margins often indicate a competitive advantage or strong management. When comparing companies, look at both gross and net profit margins. A company with rising margins is usually managing costs well and growing profitably. On the other hand, shrinking margins could signal trouble ahead. Next, we'll discuss how assets and liabilities factor into valuation. A company's balance sheet provides valuable insight into its financial health. Assets are what the company owns, while liabilities are what it owes. A strong balance sheet with more assets than liabilities can be a sign of stability and lower risk. When valuing a stock, check the company's debt levels and asset quality. Too much debt can make a company vulnerable during tough times. Next, let's look at how future growth potential impacts valuation. Investors are always looking ahead. A company's future growth prospects can have a big impact on its valuation. Factors like new products, market expansion, and industry trends all play a role. Analysts often use forecasts and projections to estimate future earnings. If a company is expected to grow faster than its peers, its stock may deserve a higher valuation. Next, we'll introduce some of the most popular valuation ratios used by investors. Valuation ratios are quick tools investors use to compare stocks. The most common ratios include the price to earnings, PE, price to book, PB, and price to sales, PE ratios. These ratios help you see how a stock price compares to its earnings, book value, or sales. By comparing these ratios across companies or industries, you can spot which stocks might be undervalued or overvalued. In the next scenes, we'll break down each ratio and show you how to use them. Price to earnings, PE ratio is one of the most widely used valuation tools. It compares a company's current share price to its earnings per share, EPS. A low PE ratio may suggest a stock is undervalued, while a high PE could mean it's expensive. However, context matters. Some industries naturally have higher or lower PE ratios. Always compare a company's PE to its peers and historical averages for a clearer picture. While the PE ratio is useful, it has its limitations. For example, it doesn't account for future growth or differences in accounting methods. Some companies may have temporarily low earnings, making the PE misleading. It's best to use the PE ratio alongside other metrics and not rely on it alone. Next, let's look at the price-to-book (PB) ratio and what it tells us. Price-to-book (PB) ratio compares a stock's market price to its book value per share. Book value is what's left if the company sold all its assets and paid off its debts. A low PB ratio can indicate a stock is undervalued, especially for asset-heavy companies like banks. However, for tech firms with few physical assets, the PB ratio may not be as relevant. Always consider the company's business model when using this ratio. Price to sales (PS) ratio compares a company's stock price to its revenue per share. This ratio is especially useful for companies that aren't yet profitable. A low PS ratio can suggest a stock is undervalued, but it's important to look at profit margins and growth prospects too. Like other ratios, the PS is most helpful when compared to similar companies in the same industry. Dividend yield measures how much a company pays out in dividends each year relative to its stock price. For income-focused investors, a high dividend yield can be attractive. However, an unusually high yield might signal financial trouble or an unsustainable payout. Always check the company's dividend history and payout ratio before making a decision. Price earnings to growth PEG ratio adjusts the PE ratio for a company's expected earnings growth. A PEG ratio below 1 can indicate a stock is undervalued relative to its growth prospects. This ratio is especially useful for comparing fast-growing companies. Remember, growth estimates can change, so always use the PEG ratio as one part of your analysis. Enterprise value (EV) provides a more complete picture of a company's value by including debt and cash. Ratios like EV/EBITDA and EV sales are popular among analysts. These metrics help you compare companies with different capital structures. They're especially useful for evaluating takeover targets or companies with lots of debt. Next, let's discuss qualitative factors that can influence valuation. Numbers tell part of the story, but qualitative factors are just as important. Consider the company's management team, brand strength, competitive advantages, and industry position. A strong brand or innovative culture can justify a higher valuation. On the flip side, poor leadership or a weak competitive position can drag down a stock's value. Always balance the numbers with a look at the bigger picture. Industry a company operates in and the broader economic environment can have a big impact on valuation. Fast-growing industries often command higher valuations, while mature or declining sectors may trade at lower multiples. Economic cycles, interest rates, and global events can also affect stock prices. Stay informed about industry trends and macroeconomic factors when evaluating stocks. One of the best ways to judge if a stock is cheap or expensive is to compare it to similar companies. Look at valuation ratios, growth rates, and profit margins across the industry. If a stock trades at a lower multiple than its peers but has similar or better prospects, it might be undervalued. Peer comparison helps you spot outliers and avoid overpaying. Looking at a company's historical valuation can provide valuable context. Compare current ratios to their historical averages to see if the stock is trading above or below its usual range. This can help you identify trends and potential opportunities. However, remember that past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Use historical analysis as one piece of your overall evaluation. Discounted cash flow (DCF) model is a powerful valuation tool. It estimates a company's value based on its expected future cash flows discounted back to today's dollars. This method requires making assumptions about growth rates, profit margins, and discount rates. While DCF can be complex, it provides a detailed look at a company's intrinsic value. Next, we'll walk through the basics of building a DCF model. Build a simple DCF model. Start by estimating the company's future cash flows for the next several years. Then choose a discount rate to account for risk and the time value of money. Finally, add up the discounted cash flows to get the company's intrinsic value. If this value is higher than the current market price, the stock may be undervalued. Practice makes perfect, so try building a DCF for a company you're interested in. Margin of safety is a key concept in value investing. It means buying stocks at a significant discount to their estimated intrinsic value. This buffer helps protect you from errors in your analysis or unexpected events. By insisting on a margin of safety, you reduce your risk and increase your chances of long-term success. Let's see how to apply this principle in practice. To apply the margin of safety, compare your calculated intrinsic value to the stock's current market price. Only consider buying if the price is well below your estimate. This approach helps you avoid overpaying and provides a cushion if your assumptions are off. Remember, patience is key. Great opportunities don't come along every day, but waiting for the right price can pay off. Sometimes, a stock looks cheap for a reason. Watch out for companies with declining earnings, high debt, or management issues. A low valuation might signal underlying problems rather than a bargain. Always dig deeper to understand why a stock is trading at a discount. Next, we'll discuss the risks of chasing so-called cheap stocks. Value trap is a stock that appears cheap based on valuation ratios but continues to underperform. This can happen if the company's fundamentals are deteriorating or if the industry is in decline. Avoid value traps by looking beyond the numbers and considering the company's long-term prospects. Always combine quantitative and qualitative analysis for a fuller picture. Growth stocks often trade at higher valuations because investors expect rapid earnings increases. Sometimes, paying a premium is justified if the company can deliver strong growth. However, be cautious. Overpaying for growth can lead to disappointing returns if expectations aren't met. Balance your desire for growth with a careful look at valuation. High-quality companies often deserve higher valuations. Look for businesses with strong brands, consistent earnings, and solid management. These companies tend to weather downturns better and deliver steady returns over time. Don't be afraid to pay a fair price for quality, but always make sure the valuation is supported by fundamentals. Market sentiment can drive stock prices above or below their intrinsic value. Fear and greed often cause prices to swing wildly, creating opportunities for disciplined investors. Stay focused on fundamentals and avoid getting swept up in market hype. Over time, stock prices tend to reflect true value, but short-term swings are common. Investors are human and emotions can cloud judgment. Common biases include overconfidence, herd mentality, and loss aversion. These biases can lead to buying overpriced stocks or selling undervalued ones. Recognizing your own biases is the first step toward making better investment decisions. Stay objective and stick to your valuation process. Analyst reports can provide valuable insights into a company's valuation. These reports often include detailed forecasts, industry analysis, and price targets. However, don't rely solely on analysts. Do your own homework and use their opinions as one input among many. Independent thinking is key to successful investing. Valuation standards can vary across markets and countries. For example, emerging markets may have lower average PE ratios due to higher risks. Always consider the local context and adjust your expectations accordingly. Comparing global stocks requires understanding regional differences in accounting, regulation, and market dynamics. Turnaround stocks are companies facing challenges but with potential for recovery. These stocks often look cheap based on current earnings, but the real question is whether the business can bounce back. Analyze management's turnaround plan, industry conditions, and early signs of improvement before investing in these situations. Cyclical stocks rise and fall with the economy. Timing is crucial when investing in these companies as their earnings can swing widely. Buy when the cycle is near the bottom and valuations are low, but be ready for volatility. Understanding industry cycles can help you make better timing decisions. Growth and value investing are two popular strategies. Growth investors focus on companies with rapid earnings increases, often paying higher valuations. Value investors look for stocks trading below intrinsic value. Both approaches have their strengths and weaknesses. The best strategy depends on your goals, risk tolerance, and investment horizon. Many successful investors blend growth and value strategies. They look for companies with strong growth prospects that are also trading at reasonable valuations. This balanced approach can help you capture upside while managing risk. Stay flexible and adapt your strategy as market conditions change. Patience is a key trait for successful investors. Great opportunities don't appear every day, and it can take time for a stock's true value to be recognized by the market. Avoid chasing quick gains and focus on long-term results. Over time, disciplined investors are often rewarded for their patience. Diversifying your portfolio across different stocks, industries, and regions helps reduce risk. Even the best valuation analysis can't predict the future with certainty. By spreading your investments, you protect yourself from unexpected setbacks in any one company or sector. Diversification is a cornerstone of smart investing. Regularly review your portfolio to ensure your holdings still meet your valuation criteria. Companies and markets change, so it's important to stay up to date. Rebalance your investments as needed to maintain your desired risk and return profile. Ongoing review helps you stay on track toward your financial goals. Every investor makes mistakes, but the best learn from them. Analyze your past decisions to see what worked and what didn't. Understanding your errors helps you improve your process and avoid repeating them in the future. Treat mistakes as learning opportunities on your investing journey. The world of investing is always evolving. Stay curious and keep learning about new valuation techniques, market trends, and investment strategies. Read books, follow reputable sources, and seek out diverse perspectives. Continuous education is the key to long-term success in the stock market. Modern technology offers powerful tools for stock analysis. Financial websites, data platforms, and valuation calculators can help you quickly compare stocks and run scenarios. Use these resources to enhance your research, but always understand the underlying assumptions. Technology is a great aid, but sound judgment is irreplaceable. Let's recap what we've covered. Stock valuation is about estimating intrinsic value and comparing it to market price. Use a mix of quantitative ratios and qualitative factors, and always compare to peers and historical averages. Beware of value traps, stay patient, and keep learning. With these tools, you'll be better equipped to spot cheap or expensive stocks and make smarter investment decisions. Now that you understand the basics of stock valuation, put your knowledge into practice. Start by analyzing companies you're interested in using the ratios and models we discussed. Stay disciplined, keep learning, and remember that investing is a journey, not a sprint. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in spotting value in the stock market. Thank you for joining this masterclass on stock valuation. Remember, the key to successful investing is a solid understanding of value, patience, and continuous improvement. Keep applying what you've learned and you'll be well on your way to making smarter investment choices. Wishing you the best on your investing journey.